Well, I got a 5-year sentence. I did 34 months. And once I got out, I was trying to find work and stuff, but it was hard. The only thing really you could find was unskilled labor, right? And then that's when I got into the truck school. And I've been doing it for 8 months now.
Eric Clark is from Sobrani Park in Oakland, home to the Sobrani gang, which is known for dealing heroin. In and out of prison for the past 25 years, Eric's off parole for the first time.
Yeah, it's a lot of freedom. It's a good feeling also, to tell you the truth, right? Because I feel like there ain't nowhere I can't go now, right? As opposed to being on that yard, you can go so far, right?
Now, he's driving trucks across country and is out on the road for weeks at a time. He sees his 2 kids in Oakland when he's in town, and his son who's in college in Atlanta when he's passing through. Because of the high rate of accidents, the job is dangerous, so Eric prays at truck stop chapels and keeps a Bible by the bed in his cab. He also keeps an album of photos of his friends and family, a lot of them doing the gang's hand signal 11-5, which is the penal code for dealing heroin.
That's the neighborhood. Everybody out here knows what it means. Yeah, I lost a lot of people. I say, if you count 10 every 10, I might have lost 6 out of 10. I mean, not everybody dead. Some of them doing time, right? But most of them got killed. Then nobody have a happy ending to their story except for me. Really. I'm the only one with a happy ending.
Now, people in the neighborhood look up to Eric for getting out of the gang and moving on to something else.
Finally get to see the truck.
Some have even followed in his footsteps to the Port of Oakland, where Eric learned his new trade at the Academy of Truck Driving. A national trucker shortage has companies recruiting heavily for drivers and owner-operators, opening up opportunities for women, husband and wife teams, immigrants, and parolees. James Kemp, director of the Academy of Truck Driving, has been in the business for 20 years.
The amount of students that we currently graduate every month represents just a small portion of what the industry actually needs.
Mr. Kemp is actively recruiting students at parolee meetings in Oakland.
About 85% of those parolees got their license and turned their lives around. We lost a small percentage of those back to the revolving doors again, but the majority of them, and I still hear from time to time, have done well.
Getting started in the program isn't easy. There are hurdles to getting funding, and the program is rigorous. But the struggle is worth it because many truck companies who say they won't hire truckers with a criminal record do hire from this school. Case manager Vicky Osario helps by writing letters to vouch for parolees.
What's your name, sweetie?
My name is Javis Mack.
Javis. It says, please, I write it to your courts and I write it to the district attorney's office. It says, please release the temporary suspension on Jarvis's license. If he enters the program, he'll be able to get a job and he has full intentions of paying his debt to, district attorney's office.
The trucking industries, they're aware that the candidates they're going to get may have questionable backgrounds. And because of the high demand in the trucking industry, they're more needy, so they do need to accept parolees because they have so much gaps to fill.
Oops! You got in a little deep. Come look at it. Set the brake. Come look.
For now, students can get funding from vocational agencies like Oakland Private Industry Council and the State Department of Rehabilitation. Then, the Academy trains them for a month, in the classroom and on the road.
Being caught in mid-turn by traffic conditions leaves you a sitting duck for a preventable accident.
I train a lot of students, male, female, many of them immigrants with language barriers to overcome. And I take it as a source of pride to say that they are out supporting their families driving trucks. So when they pass, I feel like a proud father. I have many students who, when they was in the street life, they was in the street life. And when they desire to get out of that life, You know, they got out of it. I had a female student, never worked a job before in her life, prison time, drugs, and you couldn't give her drugs now. I think a lot of guys feel like they ought to be able to drive a truck anyway. They've been playing with trucks all of their life. You know, trucks are a part of most young boys' life. If you buy your own truck as a young man, this is important for a young black man. If you get your own truck, you never have to go to anyone and beg for a job again.
Because it does get discouraging out there when people are turning you down and you're already on a short stick. Because once you're released from prison, you only got $200, you know, that they give you. And I've seen how crime and drugs, for example, you know, have taken over our community. I'll do whatever I have to, whatever I can, to help those pull them up by the bootstraps.
As for Eric, he's headed to LA and then across country.
And I like it. You see, trucking really is more than a job. Long-haul trucking is like a way of life, you know what I mean? I think it gives me a lot of freedom, you know, being out here by myself, getting a job done. Yeah, it's kind of like being a modern-day cowboy, you know? Instead of riding a horse, I ride a truck.